What's up, creators? So in today's video, we're going to take the next step in our app building and create a design for it. So what we're going to do today is pretty much make an XD document with how we think our app's going to look. And for the more complex things of our app, we're going to maybe create an actual Word document explaining how things work, maybe something for these. Not too sure yet. So if you haven't watched the previous video, make sure to go check that out and then come back to this one because we're going to be building on that. In the last video, we created this widget screen. Once again, this is a working copy, so this isn't like what the final everything's going to look. This is just what we currently have. We're going to build on top of this. And yeah, let's just get into it. So one thing I wanted to let you know about is material.io. This helps you learn more about how to design apps to make them look good and everything. Because a little disclaimer, I'm not the greatest designer in the world. I'm more of I know how to make it function better, but when it comes to design, I'd say I'm average at best. So here you can learn about your environment, like layouts, surfaces, elevation, things like that. And you can read all about it and learn a lot. Alright, so the way we're going to build this is we're going to work with the diagram that we have, and we're just going to build it down. So the first thing we want is a login screen, right? So let's get to that. Also, before we start, quick thing, what I'm going to be using is a bunch of UI kits. So in here, you can get a bunch of material design UI kits, wireframes, and all sorts of other things you can download. Here's what they look like. So this is a sticker sheet that you can find. It has things like fonts, how your spacing should look like, pop-ups, dialogues, all the things that you would find on Android. Then we have wireframes, which have different types of screens, sign-up screens, things like that. And we have a bunch of icons that you can use. You can find all those in the UI kits that we talked about. So the way I like to build my apps is you just go to this and you find something you want to work with. So I choose this one, right? Then we can paste that in here and delete this ugly one. And it always links to components, but I don't need these to be linked. Delete, delete. So the color we're going to pick for this is going to be D5EBDC, a nice light green. For some reason, a light green always reminds me of books. I don't know why, but that's what I'm going to use. So here we're going to have the login screen, and here we'll have a sign-up screen. In the login, we can delete this whole header part. It's not going to be a header. And then let's take this. Actually, before that, let's add a color. That's not what I want. Delete these colors and keep the white. We can delete that. So have a color green saved. You want to try to save as many things in your assets as you can, just because you will reuse the things, especially the things you reuse. So for this, we want to give it a border, a nice little curvy border of 20. And then it's also good practice in design to have all your borders match up so things look fluid. And we're going to want to do same in here. And then let's change this to font Roboto. Let's keep it bold, and let's change it to 20 is fine, I think. The color I want for this is going to be 777C87. It's a nice darker gray color. Let's add that to here. And then for these colors, for the full name, I'm going to want a color of A4, A4, A4. It's a nice lighter gray. So those are the main colors I'm going to use. For the border around, let's do 777 C87. Beautiful. And then for this color, we want to have it like that. In here, we're only going to want email and password, since we just need to log in. From the wireframe we got, this is like an expanded thing, so all you need to do is just push it up like that. Very simple. Then we can change this from create an account to login. I never know if login is one word or two words. So if you guys know, tell me about it, because I have no idea. Alright, next we'll probably want to move this continue button to the inside here. And also let's add a component, so we can have this button component. And we'll also want to change the continue to, actually hold on. So let's save character styles are like fonts, so Roboto 20. And this continue, let's make it Roboto and 20. Of course it's in gray. So we want to have it be in white. And let's also center it. Then we can make this button a little bit smaller because it's too big for what we're currently doing. And we can place it right in here. So you notice this is a bit big. We don't need it to be that big. We can make it smaller. And then we can move this form down a bit. Maybe that's too small. We'll move it up. Something like that. Then we have a temporary logo that I'm going to add in here. Just book club. Just like that. Maybe we do want to make it a bit smaller. All right. Now we're also going to want a little bit of text down here saying something like don't have an account, sign up here. Notice it's all in white. Let's put it to this color, same as the button. Also, let's make it a bit smaller at 16-point font, maybe even smaller than that. Let's do 12-point font. And I don't think we even want it to be bold. Let's make it medium. Then we can move it to the middle, just like that. All right, not too shabby, I think. So one thing I want to do is add this as a component. An account sign up, let's just do form field. And this will just be a large button. Also, this shouldn't be continued, this should be log in. And there, I think we have everything. Wait a second, this border should be A4, 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 not the other one, just this is a nice lighter complexion. And that's pretty much what we're gonna have our login screen look like. Also, this is also a working copy, so don't take this as a final copy of what it's exactly gonna look like. Like I said, I'm not the best designer, so hopefully I'll learn some more and we can make it better also. And if you guys have any suggestions about the design, please leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to look at them. And here, I just want to bring these out so we know we're 24 away from all the edges, just so everything's even. These are kind of like grid lines. You could pull them down from any direction and set up your grids easily. So in a sign up screen, let's also pull out a button like that, and then I want to bring this to be lined up just on the outside, just because we just have one back button. And let's color it this color. So here we can delete that and just bring our own form field in, like that. Let's also get something over here. Wait, 351. Oh yeah, that's 24. Okay. So here we're going to want to sign up. We'll want to make this a bit bigger. And this button we can delete because we have our own component we'll be able to add in. So here we actually do want to drag it out and have four things. We want the full name of the user. We want the email of the user and a confirm password to go along with the original password, just so we really know that they got the right password in. So I just noticed one thing. I don't really like the space in between here. It's really easy to change. You just drag this out and you notice it affects it on all of them. So let's make it 25, I think. That's a good number. Notice how it affected it here is because we have a component, so it does it for all of them. We can move this up a bit, make it a little bit longer, have it line up with the thing from here. Let's see, it's at 61 from the bottom. Let's make sure this is 61 from the bottom as well. 65, no. So we want to be at 61. Perfect. And then bring this down at the same position from the bottom. Let's also add a large button here. No, not like that. At the bottom. And just do sign up. Move this up a little bit. And there we have a simple sign up screen and a simple login screen. One thing we could do from here too is you click on this and let's add a shadow. As you the basic shadow that comes with it, but you'll see it's also added on this. Makes it look a lot nicer. Is that what I had? I want the sign up button to be inside. I think I had that, but whatever. No, I definitely do. And then let's also do it with our login button. Let's give that a shadow as well. Just give things more depth. And obviously, and doesn't look too shabby. So what else? Another thing we could do is go to prototype. And then if you click on login, or no, if you click on sign up, you take you to this screen, and then if you click on the back arrow, if you're able to click on it, come on, we can take you back here. What does that do? So if we click play, we'll launch a little app like this. We can click sign up, and it'll actually work like a real app should. So let's go back to design. Let's see what we have filled out according to the widget tree. We have the login screen, we have the sign up screen, create a profile, and then we have two different options for when we're logged in. we can have a join/create group screen, and then the actual group screen. So let's work with this one first because it's simpler. We're not going to make the actual join screens and create screens because we don't know what they look like. We don't really have an idea. There's a lot of work just to make these top ones, but we'll at least give an example of the join/create group screen. So this one's going to look completely different. We don't have anything for that. So how do we go about it? And I'm also going to bring it down here just so everything's lined up for the different things it does. Let's bring it down like 100. 99, close enough. It's going to give me OCD. Give me 100. There. Here we will have the join/create screen. Let's also do a group screen. Group screen. We can pretty much delete all this stuff. It's not going to look the same for either of them. But let's go back to the wireframes and get an idea of what we want. So I already looked it up beforehand. I think I'm going to want something like this onboarding screen. Paste that in there, and we can kind of copy this over. We can select this text, make it that, except I want it to be size 36. And let's add that as another font. So in here, we're going to say, welcome to book club. And actually, let's make it just medium instead of bold. So medium, okay. And here we could do the size 20. Also, let's do medium as well. And we can say, since you are not in a club, I think we would actually want to make it even smaller than that. Let's do 16. Since you are not in a club, you can select virus and threat protection. Get out of here. You can select to join a club or create a club. Still feel like that looks a bit too thick. Let's do regular. And the spacing in between seems too tight. Let's do 45. Okay, it's looking a bit better. And actually, for this one, maybe bold works. Welcome to book club. Honestly, I don't even know if I like that font. Let's try Georgia. Looks more book related. Georgia. Welcome to book club. Sure. Once again, all these get copied in when you just copy something from the wireframe, so I just delete it if I'm not using it. We can add this font, Georgia, and then this one into here if we ever use it again. And then we'll want to create 2 buttons. And this is the middle. Where's the middle? Is there a middle? Oh, right here, kind of. So let's make the login like this size, maybe. Control C, Control V. Let's have another one here. This one will do create. And then here we'll do join. What'd I do? Here we'll do join. So let's turn off the fill, give it a border of 777C87. Nice, and then join should also be that color. And create looks good to me. I think I want it to be medium instead of bold. Welcome to book club. You can either create or join. Pretty simple. Let's move this down a bit. And here we will create two screens based on join or create, which one they click. But for now, we can keep it like that. You know what? I think I want it a bit longer. What's the width? 150? 155. Let's do 155. There. And maybe let's do height of 40. And same with this one. And we can move it down here. There, I think that looks a little bit better. So now for the tougher one, the group screen. There's a lot more going on with this one than the other ones. So looking at the group screen, our main things I think are display current book and the due date. So let's focus on that one first. I'm going to want to add a form field. And my idea for this is just basically having cards for all the different things that we need. So here we can add a form field, and let's find a picture of a book. Here's Harry Potter. I don't know if we'll be reading that in book club, but why not? So for our text, let's do Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Do a photo, it's too big. Let's do that, and then how do we do that there? Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Line it up with the top. And is that bold already? Black, that's even bolder. Perfect. And then let's add another text that says due in, for example, 8 days. Let's make this font black. Let's make this, what did I do? Stop. This due, let's make it medium. Maybe even smaller than that. Let's just make it regular. Put it at the bottom, line it up with that. There. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone due in 8 days. So we have one thing checked off this. See, can we make it a different color? Yeah, let's make it red. So finish current book. That kind of goes together with this, right? I think we could just add a button over here to say we finished the book. Make it not as tall maybe. Let's do same height as previous one at 40. Put it in the middle, and then we can drag it out and just put finished book. One simple card. All right. So we got that's in red. Display other people's reviews and ratings at a specific time. So this will probably be, this will override this card when the time comes. So in 8 days, display other people's reviews and ratings at a specific time. That's where that card will be. So I think we could just leave it for now, since we don't really know what we want this to look like or anything. So we can color that yellow. And then let's go to this, next book, or when it will be picked. So we could add a card like this again. Bring it down here. And then do something like, yeah, just delete it. No, just do something like, let me get a grid line to this book so we can line it up nicely. Next book revealed in, I don't want this to be so thick, so let's change it to regular or medium. Keep it over here, and then we can just increase the font size of this to something ridiculous like 48. That's too much. Let's do 36. And we can do like 22 hours. Notice since we resized this, I think the border kind of changed. Alright, I fixed it. I think something to do with I made this into path by double clicking or something like that. So make sure you don't do that. But alright, back to where we were at. Let's make that a bit bigger. Make sure this is centered at the bottom. Yes. Okay. So next book revealed in 22 hours. Let's see, we have, here's where I was looking up, and it says, if you double click on a rectangle, it automatically converts to a path and the corner radius will disappear. So watch out for that. So here, next book and it will be picked. We covered that. Previous books and their content, and then a chat screen. So for now, we don't really know what that's going to look like at all. So I think the best move is just let's put 2 buttons in here. Have one of them be book club history. And let's have the other one be chat screen. And just for like, just make it look a little nicer, I'm gonna make this no fill and have a border of 777 C87. And this also 77 C87. There. So let's just do chat instead of chat screen. that's pretty much it. These borders don't line up. Come on, what are you doing? What about the other side? The other side does line up. What about this one? Little things like that will annoy me like no other. This one too. And then lastly this one. There. Alright, everything should be even. So we have our login screen, sign up screen, join screen, and create screen. We can add a prototype for when we sign up. We're taking it here. When we're logged in, let's say we're also taking it here, and then join will just bring us to the group screen. And if we play the application, we should get a nice login, join, and it'll take you here. So that's a very simple setup. Like I said, this is going to be a working copy, so we're going to keep adding things onto it as we go. If you guys have any suggestions about how this should look, how to make the design a little bit better, please let me know. As you can see, I'm not the best out there. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the video. The next one will be about setting up the GitHub repository, and then after that we'll do actually starting the project. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.